Hello and welcome. My name is Katie Tremulous. I am with ProNotary. We're a remote online notarization software. And today I have Ricky here from the G Law firm. So thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, thank you very much for having us.
So tell me a little bit about your business and then what it is that you do at the G Law firm.
Yeah, so we are a law firm and we specialize in real estate. So we do many transactions, residential purchases and closings, commercial purchases and closings, and then we do other stuff such as development projects and private lender representation.
Okay. The topic that I wanted to start with is deed transfers because for a notary, we obviously can't originate the documents, we can't talk about the contents or anything like that. But I think it's really helpful to know some of the differences of documents that we come across. So, what is the difference between a quitclaim deed versus a warranty deed?
Sure, and that's a common question that we get. Also, another question we get is what is a life estate deed or a ladybird deed? But the difference between a quick claim deed and a warranty deed is rather simple. It's really the surety that the grantee, or in this case, the buyer, is obtaining. When you do a quick claim deed or receive a quick claim deed, in essence, the seller is not guaranteeing title from the moment that property was first a property until now. They're making no guarantees, right? In a warranty deed, the seller is making a guaranteed title from the moment the property was ever first sold or transferred until they gave it to you. So, for example, if you get a warranty deed and comes a bona fide seller saying, oh, that property was actually mine, it didn't belong to this seller, then that seller is going to defend that claim for you because they gave you a warranty deed. Versus in a quick claim deed, they're making no sureties, no guarantees. That is your problem now as the buyer, and I'm not going to defend this title or claim the title if anyone comes and tries to claim title from you as the buyer because of my transaction of the quick claim deed.
So, to go over it, if you were someone that is buying a property, it would be better to have a warranty deed rather than a quitclaim deed, correct?
Yes, of course. It's always beneficial to have a warranty deed, specifically for the security of the buyer who's now the homeowner of the property.
Mhm. I don't know if you can advise this, or do you think that it's better to do a quitclaim deed or a warranty deed if it's like family one to another? Because that's typically what I see is like it's the mom giving the property to the daughter, or it's going within the family for stuff like that. What do you suggest with that?
So that is a slippery slope when it comes to giving someone a gift or transaction, doing a deed just to a family member.
Mhm.
There's a lot more that goes into that on the legal side, on the tax side. So for me, I would never quit claim deed it as a gift to anyone or to my son or to my family members, specifically for tax purposes. And it gets a little bit more complicated when you get into that avenue, but in essence, it's not beneficial for them to get the property quick claim deeded to them from a
Okay.
tax perspective.
So then people would come to you because I have seen it both ways where individuals want to give their property to someone else and they do it themselves.
Right.
And it doesn't always work out the way that they are anticipating. So what's the appeal to going to a law firm or a title company rather than just doing it yourself?
Well, if you're doing it yourself, more than likely you do not know what you're doing. Second,
Yeah.
it's better to go to a law firm specifically because not only, for example, just in comparison to a title company understands what a quitclaim deed is, they understand what a ladybird deed is, they understand what a warranty deed is, but they do not understand the implications or the tax implications on the grantee of those transactions, which really can be detrimental to the grantee, which is the potential new homeowner or property owner. And that's why it's more important to go to a law firm because of our understanding and knowledge, not only of the basics of the real estate or the law, but also of the tax implications that can be received by that buyer.
And then just as a notary, I've seen it happen where individuals have filed it themselves, um,
Right.
and it hasn't gone through the way that they want it, or the buyer gets hit with that same thing, a bunch of taxes, or the seller gets hit with a bunch of taxes because of the property appraisal and everything like that. So I also would not try and do it yourself. I would try to do it. It's not like trying to learn how to knit by yourself. There's a lot of different implications.
There's a lot of nuances. There's property taxes, there's capital gains taxes. There's a lot of different things and a lot of different requirements. There's doc stamps. which need to be paid on a deed in some cases. In some cases, it does not. It depends how you word the deed. It depends on the note you put on the deed. It depends what the purpose of the transfer is. It depends if the property has a mortgage. There's a lot more requirements into just doing a deed than people know. There's a lot of times that people do a quick claim deed and they have a mortgage on the property. They don't know that now that lender, if they find out, can accelerate the loan and foreclose on it, because there's a due on the transfer of title clause in all mortgages where it states that if you transfer title during the duration of this mortgage, they can accelerate the loan, as now the title holder is not the same as the one who signed the mortgage.
So do you ever have clients that come to you that are like, I tried to do this myself and I really messed it up. Can you help me now? Do you have?
Oh, all the time. We're here to either resolve or fix issues all the time. So
All right, so the prep or being ahead of the problem would probably be a better idea. Um,
ideally.
and so my other question for you is, you mentioned it, but I want to go into it, the ladybird deed, because we always
Right.
like notaries get questions of, can you notarize a ladybird deed? But what does that actually mean?
So a ladybird deed is in essence a life estate deed, meaning, for example, if I have a ladybird deed providing the property to you,
Mhm.
I have the property for my life and you have the property once I pass away. It's,
Okay.
it's basically I have it for my life. Once I pass away, it goes directly to you. The problem with the ladybird deed is similar to the tax implications on a quitclaim deed.
Okay.
So this is getting more into the tax world, but when I give you a ladybird deed or a quitclaim deed, I am giving you what they call in the tax world my basis. So it's whatever I bought the property for, to make it simple, is my basis, my initial contribution to the property. So if I bought the property for $100 40 years ago and I give you a ladybird deed, now your basis is $100, the same thing as mine. So if that property now is worth $1,000, when you sell it, now your taxes that you're paying gain on is $900,
So,
versus if you inherit it, it's a lot better.
oh, and then, so do you also, my next question is, do you also take care of, let's say there's an individual and then they have a business or they have something where they want to shelter the house so that way nothing gets touched by it. Do you also do it where an individual can deed it over into an estate or a trust?
Yeah, so we do that as well. It's more like that's in the estate planning and asset protection portion of the firm, but we do that as well because it's all involved in the real estate. So it's a lot of entity structures, LLCs or offshore entities, depending on each client. Everyone has a different requirement or different need for what they want. Brokerages that we're meeting as well.
Cool. Well, all right. So thank you so much for coming on. How do we find you? So that way, if anyone has any questions or they want to work directly with you, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
They can go ahead and follow us on social media. Go to our website, which is www.gfirm.com. They can call us 305-422-4529, or follow us on Instagram, which is the G Law Firm.
Perfect. Well,
We
thank
answer
you
all the
so,
time, so
I'm sorry.
yeah, we answer all the time. So
You do. That's how we connected. So I wanted to thank you so much for coming on, and I appreciate you giving your knowledge.
no, thank you so much for your time. Looking forward to doing this again.
Yes.